So normally I'll be coming at y'all from the studio or from my bedroom or something, but we doing this right here outside in the middle of Inglewood. You feel me? So this is Lil Monday. It's your boy Diesel, and today I want to talk about apologizing and saying sorry. Like this is something I suffer from too. Bro, I still remember the day. I was in fourth grade. Shout out to Aisha. I was in fourth grade, living in Cleveland, and I said, I'm sorry. And this girl, it was two girls actually. It was two light skinned bags. Oh, it was Aisha and it was Dariana. They said, what's wrong with you? You say sorry too much. Why are you so sorry? And I was like, what you mean? They're like, just stop saying sorry. Like, I understand you just want us to know you ain't mean no harm, no foul. Say that. Say my bad. You feel me? And so it really just made, I was low key traumatized because they both bit my head off. And they stop saying that. And I'm like, oh, what you mean? Like, all I did was apologize. Like, you feel me? But then I just thought about it. You're right. I didn't do anything. You feel me? Like, people will apologize and they didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing to be sorry for, but you're literally telling yourself that you're regretful. Saying I'm sorry means I regret what just happened. And it's like, no, I'm not regretting it, right? And so it's like people will say, I'm sorry for asking a question. People will say, I'm sorry for walking into a space. People will say, I'm sorry just for looking in a direction. And for me personally, if you spend enough time around me, I'm gonna tell you to stop saying sorry the same way those girls told me to stop saying sorry as a young man, because there's nothing to be sorry for. People start apologizing for taking up space, for being in the room. We are all allowed to be wherever it's a free country, right? So you're allowed to be in the room. You're allowed to be in the vicinity. You're allowed to use your voice. You're allowed to laugh. So when I see people saying, oh, I'm sorry, and all they did was laugh, I'm like, for what? For being in a state of enjoyment? For thinking something was funny? Like, don't apologize for being yourself, bruh. Don't apologize for enjoying something. Don't apologize for asking for clarity. If somebody gets upset at you for asking a question, that's on them. They need to figure out how to better handle their emotions, right? And so I was in the studio today, and the artist was just apologizing for wanting to do another take or not liking her voice. Like literally, she was like, I don't like the way that sounds. I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? I have nothing to do with the quality of the tone of your voice, right? And I'm here for you. I'm here to make sure your song turns out the way you want it to. Why are you apologizing to me, right? I didn't say all of this to her, but that's what made me decide to make this video, because I know it's something that a lot of people deal with and go through, because it started with me myself. And then now that I'm 30 years old, I think about the 10-year-old, 11-year-old version of me who used to always say I'm sorry anytime I thought someone felt offended, when it was never my job to be worried about what was going on in their head if they didn't tell me I did something wrong, when there was no ill will or intent in the process, right? I just walked in the room. I set something down. You feel me? You are sitting at a table, right? You're sitting at a table with three seats, but no one's there. Your stuff is spread out on the table. Somebody comes to sit down at the table and you say, oh, I'm sorry, let me move my stuff. I'm not sorry. There was nobody here. I was using the table to the best of my ability. And now that you are here, I have no problem giving you space. You feel me? Because I deserve the space just as much as you deserve the space, but I don't need it all. So now that you're here, I'll give it to you. I'm not going to apologize for already using the space. You feel me? And so I don't know. That's just something that goes on in my head, especially when I hear people say I'm sorry. Like I hear people, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm like, you're sorry for coming in the room? Well, if you're sorry for coming in the room, go back out. You feel me? Like people apologizing for walking past. Don't say I'm sorry unless you plan on going the other way. Say excuse me. You feel me? And so it's just we swallow ourselves. We shrink ourselves. We minimize ourselves. We shrink ourselves. We become smaller in order to not be a problem or to be in other people's way. And we forget the fact that we are allowed to take up space and we are allowed to be. You feel me? And so that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Don't be afraid to take up space. Don't be afraid to be there. And don't be afraid to let people know that you're there. As long as you're not purposely trying to impede on somebody else's well being or someone else's peace and happiness, you're not doing anything wrong by existing. You're not doing anything wrong by being in the room. People apologize for coughing. I'm sorry. For your body having an autonomous action, like, I'm sorry too that you feel the need to apologize for things outside of your control. Because once I started to really just grasp that concept, Bro, it made life so much more freeing. It made being just so much more easy. It'll get you out of your own head. If you realize, as long as I'm not acting on ill intentions or negatively impacting somebody else, I have the permission to do and say and be. It'll just free you up from worrying about how other people are perceiving what's going on. I no longer apologize for walking in spaces. I don't apologize for asking questions. I don't apologize for making noises. Like, unless I know it was supposed to be quiet and I interrupted something, I don't give a damn, dog, because we're all in the same space and we're all allowed to take up space. We were created for a reason, right? We were created to exist at this time in the space that we're in. So why would I be apologetic if God above saw fit to put me in this space for this time? Like, I'm not sorry. This is what I was put here for. This is what I was made to do. I'm just doing the things that God has put on my heart. So if you have an issue with me that causes me to have to apologize, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Now, if I actually do or say some shit that hurts your feelings or put you in a bad position or a bad predicament, yes, I will take accountability for my actions and say sorry. But if you just don't like the fact that I'm talking and you want me to shut up, I'm not sorry you're annoyed. It's like at any time, if someone says, I had somebody tell me this, oh my God, you're so annoying. And I was like, you're annoyed because you would rather the circumstances in the room be different. But if they change, I'm going to be annoyed. So am I annoying or are you annoyed? Because I could call you annoying too. Is it possible for us both to be annoying at the same time? Or maybe both of us are just annoyed? Because I didn't say shit because I know I'm just being annoyed for what I wish was happening. I'm not doing anything to you. You're not doing anything to me. You're just impeding me from doing what I want to do. So does that make you annoying or does that make me annoyed? I think it just made me annoyed, so I didn't say shit. Now you're calling me annoying, and I'm gonna say you're annoying. Now what do we do? Who stops? You feel me? So don't apologize unless you're in somebody's way. Don't apologize unless you hurt somebody. And you don't even have to say I'm sorry to apologize. You can say my bad. You can say I apologize. You can say I didn't mean for that to happen. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Because the biggest thing for me, I don't even need the sorry. I need the acknowledgement and understanding of why I don't like something or how it hurt my feelings. Fuck the word sorry. I need you to acknowledge the mistake. And then we have to address the fact that we are going to try to make sure we don't get back there again. You can say I'm sorry as many times as you want. I need changed action and behavior. And that's another reason why I don't like the word I'm sorry like that. Because people just be saying I'm sorry for shit they don't have any plan of changing or any actions to do differently with. So you're not sorry. You just feel some type of way about what happened. I always say I'm sorry if I actually regret the action or wish I had did it differently or that I could take it back. If I feel as if it was the best action to take and it just rubbed somebody the wrong way, I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry I offended you. I'm sorry that you feel me. But and the heart of it, I'm not sorry for what it did. And I've been that way since I was a little motherfucking kid. My mom told me to apologize for some stuff, and I said, but I'm not sorry. But I don't feel bad. And I would do it again. So I don't want to lie to them. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're gonna lie and say I'm sorry. Like, and so once I understood that, it's like if I say I'm sorry, I truly wholeheartedly mean it and I will do something differently and I wish I had done something different before, cool. If the situation is just something where it's like it could have been handled differently, or you feel me? Like I'm saying this in the sense of like you walk into the room and people look at you, but oh, I'm sorry. Or like you say, hey, are we allowed to do this? And you feel me? Like y'all understand what I'm saying. There's very simple things. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, just pay attention to this. The next 10 times you say I'm sorry, was it something that actually needed to be done differently or something that needed to be changed? Or you being apologetic for taking up space? This is pretty much the point of what I'm saying. I need everyone who can hear this to stop apologizing for existing. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop apologizing for being you, right? We are all allowed to take up space. Stop shrinking yourself. Stop minimizing yourself. Stop making yourself disappear just in order to feel as if you're appeasing people or because you think people are going to be bothered by what you're doing or what you're saying or that they don't like it. Fuck them. We all have the entitlement to exist. And if your existence is a problem, tell them to figure it out. Stop shrinking yourself. Stop minimizing yourself. Stop saying I'm sorry for frivolous stuff. When you say I'm sorry, you're saying you're regretful. And if you're regretful, that means you want to do something different. I live my life with no regrets.